I'm so grateful and honored to be able to join the Private Sector Forum from United Nations Global Compact, and this is the UN Convention Against Conference at Atlanta World Congress Center. Always remember, where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, and the world hasn't been fragmented into pieces by Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, that should be our slogan and mantra from today for all the leaders around the world.